and welcome to the evening portion here on Halloween, or at least the Halloween event at Energylandia. Park is open till 10. We've been here all day for an earlier vlog, and now we're back for the night portion, which is lasting for 4 hours, 6 to 10 p.m. today. We're going to try to get Hyperion and Zadra night rides today. I'm not so sure that Odysseus will be a priority because I did do a dusk ride last night and got a POV, so definitely check out the very first vlog for that. But we'll see what we can manage. There are 3 extra haunted houses that I did not do during the day as well. We're just gonna relax. Lots of folks leaving the park. Now you'll notice that everyone is really dressed up for this event. It's a full cosplay event. I would love to get a drink, but as you can see, the lines are crazy right now. So we're gonna go to the pub at the back, as I'm thinking that it might actually be somewhat more accessible for quick service than this. Woo-wee! Monster House's lineup is pretty big compared to yesterday. It's getting a little crazy. It's definitely feeling like a haunt here, like back home. Way more behaved, but yeah, people are kind of just jockeying around trying to figure out what exactly they're going to do on this busy day. Hopefully we'll get stuff in. I'll admit, it's not looking good. Well, they only get one Halloween night here at Energylandia, and I happen to be at it, so it's understandable that it's going to be probably one of the busier days that they see throughout the year. We'll cover the atmosphere no matter what if we're not successful with the rides. I have, one ride to absolutely get on for the credit, and then we'll see how the end of the day goes. It's gonna be like the 7th time we've gone through this scare zone, but might as well. It's actually nighttime now, so way more appropriate. The only thing is that there's so many people here that something you could not get away with at home, that's for sure. Credit and the only reasonable wait, so let's do it. Wait times have been pretty spot on all throughout my 2 days here. that's it. All 19 done. Dragon RMF Dragon. I have to say that was actually a really quality ride. I wasn't expecting to be as good as it was, especially since I've been on Dragonfly at Dollywood. So it's very similar setup, but a couple of additional features, including that tunnel and the flyover, the station, and also the obviously the dragon's mouth, which is very effective. I think that's going to be a cool POV. I'm not checking it because I've got to move on to the next spot. We're going on a backseat ride here on Hyperion. It's a pitch black course. I'll record it, but you're not going to see anything. So we'll see you on the other side for my overall review of Hyperion. Hyperion, night ride. Let's go.
Please now unfasten your seatbelt.
Follow the wizards to the wizarding world. That's certainly what we're doing. It is really just like one giant fan expo here today, or Halloween, but mainly with adults. Hyperion, 3 rides, 2 in the back, 1 in the front over the 2 days. That is the most aggressive steel coaster I think I've ever been on. It is incredible. Every single ride was just like mouth-wateringly good. I was kind of shocked on my first trip on it. I was like, ooh, this thing's actually maybe better than Zadra. And now, in hindsight, although this coming night ride on Zadra, which will be my end of my night, because it's a little more than an hour left in the festivities this evening, but it's definitely clearing out and people are going the opposite direction. Whew. The sheer velocity and just like the speed that ride takes throughout is unbelievable. Everyone that complains about Millennium Force not being quite an intense ride needs to get on that one, because that is one of Intamin's finest creations. I love everything about it. The station's incredible. The theming with the like weird like creatures that do the head thing was funny. Loved it. I love even the train. It's like there's nothing special about it, but it's clunky, it's industrial, it fits the look of the ride. I love it. That element where you twist over at the end, or the far end of the course, and do that sort of like reverse Immelman move, that was just unbelievable. Like I wasn't expecting that to be as effective as it was, but with the speed that it takes throughout that course, wow. Hyperion. officially, well, unless Zadra has something to say right now, my favorite ride here at Energylandia. You're also not allowed to bring articles onto Hyperion at full stop, so you couldn't even bring like a cell phone or a bag. A little insight, they do have like cubby holes for people to put their belongings before you get onto any of the attractions, but most people automatically just get a wristband and use the lockers here without question. It's not like where I'm from where people are putting like bags on top of lockers just to not pay $5. Here, they're like, we'll just pay the $5. And it's good for the whole day, so it's actually a very good system. It's really soul destroying when you have to sit in a line for like an hour without, and in fact the line was actually longer than an hour. It was almost 1 hour and 15 minutes. But yeah, you're just on your own with your thoughts. Not a good scene. Thankfully that's over. Okay, we've returned to hell. Hopefully it's a little bit more manageable this time. Certainly cleared out, that's for sure. I won't make the same mistake if I'm back here for Halloween, which is highly unlikely. Although the day was great, or at least yesterday especially, I would highly recommend coming at this time of year because, yeah, everything pretty much was a walk-on. And we have one last ride on Zadra. Goosebumps again. Zadra backseat ride. As you might have been able to see based on the POV, I'm not sure how it's turned out yet. Unbelievable. I'm speechless. Cancel everything that I just said about Hyperion on that last review, because I'm gonna say it might be a tie, but that had to have taken it. That was by far one of my top 5 rides ever. You can tell it in my voice, because like, wow, that just completely breathless. Especially even that last section on the return to the station, once you go into the lattice work and you know the bird's nest of trestles that are at the far end of the course. Unbelievable. I can't even say enough about it. And I'm just gonna keep going on about Zadra, because that was just like, I've done a night ride on Iron Gwazi, and it just did not touch what that experience was. It really is about the structure, so you get a bit of that Steel Vengeance effect at the end of the ride, which I was referring to with the turnaround, or that inline twist turnaround coming back to the station. Loved it. It was just fantastic. If I had had maybe more than one ride, I might be able to go into detail about the specifics, but that's just the stall. The stall. Let's not kid ourselves. That stall is incredible, and it is the best stall that I've ever done. The initial turnaround as well, and just looking out onto the park and everything and the sight lines, it was unbelievable. That low to the ground section leading into the first turnaround and then also back from the station. It's actually probably my favorite part of the ride, other than the stall, is that inline twist that you hit just after the S-bend. Because, the speed is just crazy. It's unbelievable. Is it better than Steel Vengeance? I think, unfortunately, there are still some actors about. That's it. Good night. Is it better than Steel Vengeance? Well, I think Steel Vengeance just cuts it a slight bit, but just because its overall size and effect, and the night ride on Steel Vengeance is unbeatable too. But I don't know. That was, if I had a couple more, it might get up there to compete with it, because yeah, it was unbelievable. I'd probably have to have a front seat ride in order to just give a full assessment of that. But like I said, it's warmed up brilliantly in a colder October day today. So yeah, I'm really happy with how that ended. That was pretty much the perfect end of the day here. So let's wrap things up. We're gonna go back out to the front of the park, and we'll say goodbye to Energylandia. And this place is cleared out quick. This was absolute chaos earlier, and now there's no one here. It's actually easy to get out of this park. Well, we'll see about today, because it was much busier, but last night it was no problem. All right, that is it from Energylandia. I'm gonna walk back to the car, because in order to get this outro done without interruption, I think it's the best course of action. And it's not too far of a walk, but you don't care about that. You want to know how the day went. And the day went amazing. It was completely different than yesterday, I'll say that much, and I definitely enjoyed yesterday more, with the exception of these night rides. This is the night ride portion, so I only got 3 rides in. I'm now not regretting, as I said before, the fact that I didn't just decide to go to Lek Coaster and take my chances to see if I could get on that. This is such a great park. I'm probably not going to be able to let too much time pass before I come back here. Lots of international tourists here, I noticed as well on today's visit. I don't know if that's because of the Halloween event, but it was pretty good. It was a lot to handle, somewhat in parts. Unfortunately, didn't get into the houses, which is another big regret, but that it may be another day, another opportunity, who knows. But I do think that my patience for haunts at theme parks is starting to lower a bit. So I don't know whether or not that'll be anytime soon, if ever, because it is definitely still more of an event for adolescents rather than for people like myself that are well beyond that. All that said, well, what an amazing day. I didn't really cover Hyperion's specific details on like the experience, because it's right behind me, but yeah, great ride. probably going to end up sneaking into my best coasters. In fact, I know for sure it is, because that was just way more impressive than I was expecting. It blew me away. There's not much airtime or floater to really report with that experience, because you go over the elements so quickly. It's just all that low to the ground action that you get. I like relentless, aggressive coasters, and that is one of the world's best, without question. In addition to that, of course, you had Zadra, which was really just an incredible experience at the end. That is definitely, obviously, going to be in that list too. So you've got two god tier coasters here. I have to say that again. God tier coasters. Yeah, without question. So if you're thinking about coming here just for that, really you can just do those two and then get out of here. Okay, the train's coming behind me, so I gotta adjust. Boats just sitting out here. Looks like for a splash battle. Winter storage. Definitely some differences from what I'm used to from home in regards to this park, but I'd say that most of them were a benefit rather than a detriment, because other than this Halloween event where, you know, kids get a little anxious and they're running all over the place, people have been very well behaved in this park and respectful, which has been awesome. I haven't had near the amount of issues that I've had at my home park or parks in my area. Sure, I had one person try to strike up a conversation which was going to lead to a vlog bomb for sure, and I had another person cough on my face. That was kind of cool, and it was definitely intentional, but you know, you're always going to have that when you're doing this thing, and these are just the casualties of war, as they say. 100% it was worth coming down here, and I'm going to touch on it in another video, but why is it that I even came here on an impromptu visit? You kind of have to really look at yourself and say, are you really interested in coming to a park like Energylandia? And if you are, then you just have to come down here and do it. It's actually cheaper, or it was cheaper for me to come and do this trip, which I'm hitting something like 13 parks in 9 days, than to do 5 or 6 parks stateside. So food for thought, that's flight and everything. So yeah, you might want to consider where your priorities are when it comes to parks if you're thinking about coming here. All right, guys, it's been an incredible experience. Thanks for dropping in.